you know how to do this pass, correct? Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, so just real quick, just to kind of warm us up, let's stand on the edges of the circle because I'm actually curious to measure it. How far does this go? Okay, it's like, oh, okay, so that means we have to stay in the circle while we do this. Okay, cool. So yeah, just pass using that, just back and forth. You can travel however you want in the circle, but the goal is to, oop, exactly, yep. Thank you. Okay, now can we try the same thing, but to have a little bit more control, you can touch it one time with a, I'm experimenting now with either this kind of, yeah, just a forward to yourself kind of touch if you need help controlling it to keep it in the circle and facing your guy. So we'll just pass it and then you'll see me control it and you can try to copy this style. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then to keep it in circle and to make it pass, yep, that's it. Nice, nice. Okay, so I think that's a worthy experiment for us to do right now is just to see if our first touch can keep it in the circle. Because this move right here, oh, I dribbled it to you by accident, but cool. Yep, I'm just experimenting with. I'll tell you the scenario in a sec once we get a few of these guys strung together pretty accurately. Nice. And also, if you feel like you don't need to control it, feel free to immediately one touch. But our goal is to actually literally keep it. Oh, okay. Keep it in the circle. Nice. Nice. I'm going to fix that and get back. Nice. Nice. Sideways pass. Nice. Cool. Okay, fixing. And that's the only kind of fix that I want to try to avoid is to force your own teammate into um, extra efforting to try to fix an error. And as you get bored of, keeping within the structure of the movement that I'm trying to guide us through, feel free to experiment with other touches on the ground though that keeps the same distance, like keeps us in the circle. So for example, oh yeah, you go for it. You can just pass it. Like I dribbled this to you. I didn't do the short pass. That's a dribble to you exactly. I can dribble it to you. Okay, and then yep, that's cool. And then checks out. I'm gonna tackle it to you as a pass. I love that move, and I noticed you were attempting it a little bit more last session, which is super dope, dude. Like, oh, no, 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 all good. Yeah, yeah, I like that. The immediate apology. Like, obviously, it's useful to communicate in this game, but if we practice offline and understand, I'm kind of pompous in saying like, oh, everyone's got to play MOA. I totally get it. I genuinely think I have a tactical solution to football, like to football, not just to like rematch, but like football. So I am kind of crazy in that sense, but um, my bad. What I mean to say is, if we, if and that's my fault. If we, if I can get more of us to play the way, quote unquote, the way that I play, which sounds so fucking pompous now that I'm like actually saying it out loud like that. Um, the bit is we don't need to talk. And I talk a shit ton, obviously, when we're in here and if we're just having a conversation about football. But in game, like, it's going to be annoying as shit. Which is why, past couple of sessions, I'm like, yeah, dude, let's play ASMR silent rematch. Because we'd played enough in game that, in offline scenarios that you guys understand what I'm trying to like drill into you guys, I guess, for sake of less or a more accurate term. And we don't need to communicate. But the fact that you said sorry there is like huge because it keeps communication alive still. Like we don't need to be psychically attached to each other, which is actually the goal of practicing together. Like practice enough times with guys in real life in this sport, obviously, is it's the one to talk about. You can play without even needing to hear or even see, because you'll know where to expect the guy. Like a couple of games ago, I totally owned gold on us. I think you were part of that stack, because for some reason, it's not for some reason, we've played long enough that everyone now is comfortable expecting the reset pass to be like, oh, I'm in trouble. Okay, let me just get it to my guy, my last man back, which usually is the goalie. And I was expecting the goalie to be in net because we have rarely had goalies like myself who, I'm not saying I'm a goalie, but like when I tend to be goalie, I'm pushing the mechanics of the game or the strategy of this game to its limits, and I literally try to play a sweeper, not even a sweeper keeper, but uh, let's just wait for this 10-second thing to run down because it's kind of distracting for my mind. Um, to like be like, okay, um, instead of being a keeper, I'm gonna be a center back. So I'll go on your team for a sec. We're gonna be on the same team and same side. So like if you're technically the center back and I'm the keeper behind you, in order to create a bigger advantage for us, because I trust that we can hold possession, once again, part of the style, I'll literally start playing beside you like this. If you notice, if you're ever keeper and I'm like the outfielder and you start walking it up, I'm going to try to walk beside you so that we kind of look like we're the two center backs in a 4-4-2. Even though I don't like that positioning, but it's just the easiest way to explain the style. Um, okay, so back to the point that I was getting to. I was just fascinated with us
Thanks,
using
mate.
these
We got
things
this.
as
Well done.
communication, like effectively and courteously. I really enjoyed how we did that. Um, so the style that I was trying to incorporate with this short pass in particular, or the tackle pass, is imagine you are the striker and our center back or one of our wing backs is like, oh shit, I gotta get it to our striker, but it can't be a nice little ground pass like I'm super obsessed with. That was really shitty, by the way, obviously, my bad. Um, but it's gotta be like a hard, like in the air or something, and you gotta somehow control that. But you have, oh, thank you. You have in your area a bad guy like right here, like defending you, and you have in your area a good guy, but a little bit further behind. So if you're one touch back, and this is why I wanted to use the circle, because I want you now to imagine I'm not the guy in the circle anymore. Just imagine that there is a guy in the circle. You're at your side of the circle, and there's a bad guy covering you. Your first touch, I want to be in the circle because I want it to be close to the guy that we're imagining is in there. And obviously my passes are inaccurate right now, but that's the beauty about this game. You have like auto aim passing. As long as you're kind of close, you can, yeah, just return, please, thank you. Yeah, so in one touch, I want you to hit it to where I was standing in the circle. So I'm just a ghost there, since we're short guys right now. And exactly, that was short touch, perfect. Now watch this. So imagine we did that and I'm here. So I'm gonna give you a regular like soft pass, but just one touch it back past me. No, no, my bad, my bad. You technically did one touch pass, but I didn't specify the X square one. So X square back to me in one touch. That's like one or two touches, but yeah, one touch. Exactly. So I'll give you hard one, and I want you to X square it to me. So hard touch, X square. Boom. Now, in this way, we're gonna do the exact same thing. I'll give you hard pass. You're going to soft pass it to me, and then I'm gonna soft pass it to you immediately, and then instead of waiting for you to pass it, I want you to now turn in exactly two touches to face that corner, as an example. Because the whole point of this exercise in the shape that we're making, and I totally finally covered recorded a video of us doing it, but I was the guy doing the setup of the pass, unfortunately, because it's stuck in my head. Like I haven't shown it to you guys yet. Um, so I'm going to give you a regular pass. You're going to soft pass it to me, and then I'm going to soft pass it to you. But instead of immediately passing it to me, in two touches, you're going to face that left corner. Okay, ready? So regular pass. Shiesty, obviously, we try it again. Yeah, well, this is a reset. Thank you. Try it again. Here we go. Boom. 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 Turn in two touches. Ooh, nice try, nice try. So instead of passing me to you the second time, you're just going to go bop, bop, and then you're going to face that corner as efficiently as possible. Like I would literally want maximum two touches. Yep. Okay, ready? So regular pass. Soft. Soft. Touch, touch. Oh, so close. You got it to where we want the ball in the end. But the reason why I'm particular with the number of touches before you make that pass is I'll we'll run the play again, and I don't want to call it a play because you're like memorizing this as a standalone item. No, this is applicable to anywhere in the field and in whatever combination. That's the beauty of the style that I'm trying to make or trying to communicate. It's not that it doesn't exist. It's I must communicate it for other people to participate. Like if we were playing a one-player game, and I'm not talking FIFA because FIFA feels to me like Mortal Kombat where you have to memorize a bunch of buttons just to do one combo or one like punch, whereas like Super Smash, it's like you can string together combos, but it's like a single input at a time. Okay, so just humor me for a bit and let's just run it through where I go a regular pass, and then you go short pass to me, and I short pass to you, and then I want you to literally turn, turn, or if that's too hard, you can just go turn, turn. Okay, here we go. Ready? So regular pass to you, soft pass, turn, turn. Cool. Now, um, one more time, just so we can see it. Yeah, a little bit more smoothly because I'm like thinking while I'm trying to communicate to you. Okay, here we go. Ready? And boom, boom, boom. Turn, turn. Cool. Okay, now I must correct my instruction because as I'm thinking about these ideas, I need to translate it so that it's specific to rematch. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing, but now your final touch, instead of just a regular turn, turn, your second final touch must be a self touch, like the normal X dribble, in towards that X area, I mean the corner area, but you must avoid doing the chop. It cannot be the chop. Okay, so we'll do the exact same thing that we just did, but your final touch is that kind of a touch, but it cannot be a chop in that direction. Okay, here we go. Oh, my bad, my bad. Yeah, we can reset. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Oh, let me fix that real quick. No worries. But yeah, you know that it's a soft one. Okay, here we go. Oh, second touch. So yeah, it was cool. You did the longer touch, but it must be the second touch. The first touch must be a sideways turn or a diagonal turn. Don't go right to the corner. Okay, here we go. Regular, soft, soft, turn, hard. Ooh, so you did soft, soft. I want soft, hard. Yeah, yeah. So just practice that for now. Practice. I'll give you the ball, and you don't need to pass it back to me for now. Just practice turning so that you're facing at least 90 with your first touch, and then push with your second touch. Yeah. Now take your time a little bit and go turn 90, pause for a sec, and then farther touch. Yeah, and then far touch now. Yeah, exactly. Now do that in slightly faster and faster increments. The exact same move, but don't go rapid fire right away. Just take a turn, pause for a sec, and then touch, turn, pause for a little bit less of a sec. Exactly. Yes, try it again one more time. Turn, turn. Nice, nice, nice. Now, I'm going to be very specific now about that, the first touch. So instead of just facing anywhere behind you with the first touch, I want you to specifically face 90 degrees away, and then, yeah, yeah, yeah. So 90 degrees away. So like face me to start, and then go 90 to the side, either side, and then from there, take your 45-degree towards the corner in one X touch. So yeah, 90 and then X touch to the corner. Oh, can I borrow the balls? Unless you want to keep experimenting or like trying to interpret, I'm happy with that. Yeah. So if we start facing each other, oh, okay, cool, thank you. So if we're facing each other, my first touch is going to be 90 to the side. My second touch is going to be, see, that was a chop. I'm literally trying to avoid a chop. So 90 to the side, boom. Once again, I'm facing you, 90 to the side, boom. That's all. That's all I'd like you to try. Okay, so just play around with that 90 to the side and then longer touch. Yep, yep. And then boom. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Do that freely. You can go left and right corner, but your goal is 90 to whatever that side is and then 45 towards the corner. Yep, that's it. Just do that a few times. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Thank you, dude. Awesome. Can you try it for the other side just for symmetry's sake? Yeah, exactly. But always reset the play by facing like me or facing my half. I want you, because like if you're a striker, chances are you're facing the play instead of just keeping your eyes on the net. Yeah, so go 90 to either side and then 45 touch Yeah. And your goal is to literally do it in 2 touches. Try not to walk too much because that's like technically that counts as like every steps as a touch. I literally want a 90 flick and then a hard. Yep. And then as you get confident and that you're hitting, what I'm trying to describe without chopping, which obviously it's okay if you're chopping. We're just trying to find the exact angle that's as close to the chop angle as possible without actually chopping. Once you've confidently hit that consistently, feel free to press regular turbo and or extra effort on that 45-degree out touch. But the sideways touch must not be an extra effort touch. It must be a regular. Yep, exactly. And that looked like 3 touches, by the way. Try to minimize it to 2, so it's like you're drawing vertices. You're drawing very sharp angles. Bop, bop. So that looked like 3, but you still hit the angle. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Even if it means you let go of the joystick for the first one, you can just go straight and then huh. Yeah, so 90 and then huh. There you go, there you go. Yep, try it again. Huh, huh. Can I borrow it? Maybe I'm making you do something that's physically impossible in rematch. Let me see. So I receive the ball. I go 1. No, no, no. See, you can actually see how like sharp and intentional my move is. Like I feel like that's part of my style. Like I'm literally forcing you guys to mechanically change how you move because that's how you can communicate to the other team what you're likely to do, like the opposing team, and they're going to react to that. They're going to react to right because you were technically turning 90 degrees, but you're like, yeah, I'm walking there and then I'm going 90. No, I want to bop bop. A guy, I killed the guy doing that. Okay, so yeah, just try it. Just try feeling that kind of a touch, where it's sharp. It's like bop bop. Yep, just feel free, feel free. I know it's different from how you usually interpret this game. Yeah, feel free to keep trying that attempt at making it as sharp as it looked like I was flicking the ball. So 90 sideways, 45 backwards. Yeah, exactly. You're much sharper that way. Yeah, you're starting to feel the sharpness. Dude, I have so many, like, I don't, oh yeah, keep going, keep going. Just keep experimenting. I'm just gonna like chat over you. Um, it, uh, it sounds, once again, like super fucking like conceited, but like I'd been aiming the entire time that I'd been playing Rematch. I'd been aiming to try to translate the physical movements that I had learned in an old game called Pro Evolution Soccer 2008, ancient game, where like yeah, it had trick animations in it, but you didn't need to remember any tricks. It was literally just, can you make your guide make the turn um, as cleanly and as sharp as possible? And that's how you would beat guys because the opposing team, even the computer, would react to your guy's body language. And if you made like very gradual turns, it's like really easy for the defenders to stick with you. But if you're like sharp, sharp, like you could leave them hanging in the dust. Like I don't know if you're in that game where I was goalie and I just made a save and I was like humping for a while. And then people are like, pass the ball, pass the ball. And I'm like, nope, I'm gonna keep humping. And I'm sure some people are like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? But because I'm me, like they're probably like, oh, he's up to some bullshit. And he's probably not gonna lose the ball, so whatever, we'll just let it be. And what I did, and the whole point of that was, I'm humping. My own teammates freaking out, obviously, because they're like, give me the ball, give me the ball. But then the other team, most importantly, were like, oh, this motherfucker, he's just fucking with us right now. Let's charge him. And the guy that charged me, I mean, a model of what I'm trying to teach you right now. And he was like, he just got left in the dust by a goalie, and I made the cleanest sideways pass to a teammate that was wide open. But once again, because this teammate hadn't done, I'm gonna, it'll sound like I'm gassing you up, but like I really appreciate the fact that you literally showed it up into a random lobby and like practiced with me. Like because he hadn't done this and we hadn't talked about this concept that I'm talking about right now, his dribble was inspired by my quote unquote greediness, and he ended up doing an inefficient dribble and lost the ball. Now, because I'm definitely conceitedly gassing myself up. Now, because I'm fucking nasty, I saved that next goal, and then I did more humping to waste time and to goad the other team into pressing me, and then I just threw the ball at our open guy. And then from there, I think we got a goal, but either way, we got a clean shot on net because I'd forced pressure into the goalie. Like, who the fuck pressures the goalie in five? either people who are desperate for gold because there's like 10 seconds left and they're down, or people who are ignorant, or I guess people who are like actually really lucky or lucky and smart. It can't be lucky or smart because um, yeah, you need to be smart enough to be able to block a goalie correctly without losing your turbo, but you also need to be lucky in that like the goalie has his hands and it's really hard to just you can't body a goalie and make him drop the ball. Like the timing has to be right. Like he has to be in the middle of kicking it or his timer must run down and he drops the ball because in rematch it's like 7 seconds if you catch it or like 3 seconds if your teammate passes it to you. Okay, so now that your turns are a lot more sharper, obviously it's still not the exact thing, but it's like you understand the concept, you understand what you're aiming for. We're gonna do that exact same thing that we just did, where I pass it to you with a regular pass, you soft to me, I soft to you, and then you fucking kill your guy. Okay, so yeah, let's try it just 1 or 2 times. So if you return me the ball, thank you, and we'll do the sequence. Ready when you're ready. Bop, bop. Oh, nice try. Exactly. You already knew. You already knew you needed a bit of a slight correction. But that's totally fun. And once again, because I am trying to verbalize it to you, maybe what I'm making you do is something that is either physically impossible in rematch, which I highly doubt, or we're going about it less optimally. And so maybe there's another type of dribble or a different combination of dribbles that gets the same sharpness. And the only way that I can confirm it myself, my bad, I'll just let you dribble while I'm talking. Um, the only way that I can confirm it myself is in real live situations. And that's why I keep recording and cutting clips because like it's hard for me to just recall it. It's easier for me to like, hey, look at this. It'll sound like my clips will look like if you don't read the captions or if you don't read the descriptions, it'll sound like I'm just gassing myself up like, oh, look at this cool thing I did. I just killed the guy. But no, I'm literally experimenting with ways to take these turns so that, okay, so let's do a semi-live defending scenario. So let's start you in the middle again where you're practicing the thing. And let's pretend I am the bad guy defending you, which means that you're facing away from me because you're receiving a ball from where I was actually standing. So like, if I'm on this side, I'm a bad guy. If I'm on this side, I'm your own teammate that you received the ball from. So which means that if I'm a bad guy facing this way, I'm trying to press you. Obviously, we're on the same team, so even if I tried, I physically can't get you. But I want you to face, like, even with your camera, our own net, which is on this side. I want you to imagine you're receiving a ball from exactly. So now you have to try to get around me without me being able to get at you, which means that that little receiving, yup. And you know what? I'll even let you start with a sideways touch into a not. Oh, thank you, thank you. So if I was you, I'd be like, okay, Astra's making me like do this and then that. Okay, I think I can make certain scenarios where that totally works, which is the exact 90 thing. But also maybe you can be like, oh, I'm receiving a pass. I'm going to receive it this way, which was a chop because I'm not receiving a pass, but we'll just say I received it. And then from there, I just pull it. It's kind of like we are incorporating what's this move again? That little trick that people do, but like in an applicable and fluid like part of a move with another person. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna try to dribble you by myself. Like I'm gonna, oh, pull it this way. Like no, you're in the middle of a play. You've received the pass. Touch sideways, pull it down. And the effect of that exact thing that I just did, if there's a guy behind you, especially if you just did it off of receiving a pass from your own defender, is this guy's gonna be like, oh my god, the pass came back forward. I gotta try to anticipate which one's gonna be the one where he turns and try to kills me. But what you're gonna do by that 90-degree turn is I'm gonna think, oh, he's gonna pass it back to him. So in that 90-degree turn moment, I'm running towards whoever passes you for a split second. You're gonna waste literally one of these of mine as you go 90 this way, and I'm going to be like, oh shit, I'm covering an open guy. In which case, now you just one touch this way, and now you can see corner, you can see shot, you can see other corner, you can even see a reset. And so that's why, oh my bad, here you go. That's why I'm obsessed with sharp turns and one or two, I mean, I'll even be generous. 3 or 4 touch passes. Like, can I borrow the bar real quick, please? Like this kind of dribbling where people are like, yep, I'm just going to try to dribble. Or even if you press turbo, yep, I really don't like that because it's easy to defend. It's easy to track. But if I'm like, okay, I'm going to make hard cuts. I mean, even that's a tech. But yeah, being as sharp as you can will make the defender not understand where your final destination is. And every time he makes a misstep, because your corner is sharp, and I'll drop the ball for a sec, his jump is like really far away from where he's supposed to be. Whereas if you just dribble around like very smoothly, his little jump is still going to be like close to your trajectory. But if you cut in like 90s and 45s, that guy's going to be 45 degrees or 90 degrees in the exact wrong direction. So yeah, just a few times. I know I've been talking for a shit ton. Holy shit. Let's just do the regular pass to you, one touch to me, one touch back to me, and then you're going to do your side touch dribble in any direction that you want. Working on sharp dribbles. Yep, that's it. Even if you stay in the circle wherever you want, just keep the concept of one touch to the open guy enough times where um, the opposing team or opposing defender that you're imagining is covering you has committed to covering me, the guy closer. Exactly. That's it. That's it. And then just using that concept um, is the start of generating momentum between two players. And the easiest way to explain it is the way that I'm doing it to you, which makes you picture an advancing movement. But this movement, like, let's stand this way. Let's stand on a 90-degree rotation. Like this movement, yeah, like you can literally use this to go out to the wing. And I mean, just imagine why it would be useful for an entire team to be like, nope, we must start the next move from the wing. We don't always want to be going forward. So yeah, using this shot in particular after okay, pass me the ball real quick. Yeah, hard one. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a hard one on the ground, and I want you to soft touch it so that it stays in the circle because we're gonna imagine the borders of the circle is a teammate. One touch to the middle, and then that guy right here, it doesn't stop, and he immediately gives it back to you, and then you can do that turn. Like that move, dude. I literally have a goal scored where I was you, where I gave the guy that gave me the ball, which was I believe it was Corey, that soft pass back. And then because I did it to him, he's like, oh shit, like that's that thing that he's talking about. Or it's like, oh shit, he gave me an accurate pass in high pressure, in close quarters, really close to me, and really accurately. I can give it right back to him. And because those ideas flashed in his mind in that moment that I gave him this soft, perfectly weighted, perfectly angled pass in a heated situation, I think it was a nasty goal. I'll obviously chop it and I'll publish it at some point. And because we've talked about this at length, I'll personally share it with you. But I seen the shape finally take hold, and I'm like, that is highly not even useful, but highly. There's a high chance of success. High chance of success. All right, dude. Thanks for fucking humoring me, man. I'll yeah, I'll get you in our regular group.